I'm back! Hi everybody, my name is Danya. Welcome back to All Things Cute. I really want to apologize. I've been completely MIA this past month. I've been going through a lot of stuff and home improvements, but I've been working very hard for you guys to give you the best video experience ever. For this video, as you can see, everybody's in the Christmas spirit, especially me. I've got a request to do some Christmas cupcakes, so I thought, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to create these adorable Christmas cupcake toppers. They're so simple to make. I can't wait to share them with you. So gather all your things and let's get started. Now it's time for step 1, making the base of our toppers. Here I have a circle cutter, but we're gonna use the fluted side, as you can see. Ta-da! I already pre-rolled red fondant right here, and we're just gonna cut 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you really press hard. And 4. Remove the excess. And just make sure that you clean off the edges like I'm doing here with my finger. Ta-da! Once you have your 4 pieces, you're going to take the Wilton tip number 3. It's a tiny, tiny little tip. And what you're going to do, we're just going to poke holes in each little scalloped edge. Just go boop. And if the piece doesn't come out like right here, don't worry. You can take an X-Acto knife right here and just take it out, and you just continue. And repeat this step with the rest of the little circles. Once you're done with this, you're gonna set them aside, and now it's time for step 2. Now it's time for step 2, cutting our Christmas shapes. Here I already pre-rolled green fondant and yellow fondant, and now let's cut our little pieces. For the green fondant, we are going to cut 1 Christmas tree, 1 little circle for our ornament, and 1 square for our present. And for yellow fondant, a little bell right here, a smaller circle, and a blossom. I know a blossom for Christmas, it's weird, but don't worry, I'll show you what I'm gonna do with this blossom. So just 1 blossom. Now we're gonna remove the excess. Clean off the edges of each little shape. We're gonna move them to one side because right now we're also gonna cut some strips of fondant with these 2. I'm just gonna move them aside. Now let's start with our tree. For our tree, what I like to do, I just like to pinch it a little bit to make the edges just a little bit pointier and curvier. It just makes it look more festive and just like joyful, you could say. So just pinch like that. And continue with the other one. Pinch. Now you're gonna take the blossom. For the blossom, since I don't have a small star cutter, what I'm going to do is pinch each little petal, and it will form a star. See? Ta-da! A little star, just like that. Now you're gonna take a small little brush, add a tiny bit of water, just a little bit. You don't want to add too much because then your fondant's gonna get all sticky and you don't want that. And place it right there. And you're gonna take 1 base, add a little bit more water, so right in the center. And there's your little tree. We're just gonna set it aside. Now let's make the ornament. Now for the ornament, we're just gonna cut very thin strips of yellow fondant, as thin as you can. Just go whoop, straight. I like to cut enough just in case. Then, now what you're gonna do, right here on the top, you're just gonna add a little bit of water, curving like so. Then you're just gonna curve the fondant. Cut the excess off. Whoops. And again. Get another strip of fondant, and we're just gonna place it right there. Now finally, we're gonna add the little top part of the ornament. Remember the little yellow circle that we just cut out? You're gonna use the same cutter and just go a little bit below and just cut it. Basically forming a moon shape, as you can see right there. And you're just gonna cut right here, the other little edge, add a little bit of water, and place it right there. Now place it on your base, just a little bit of water. Now let's move on with our bell. Right here for our bell, I don't want this part too pointy. I'm just gonna round it a little bit just by pressing like so. It just makes it look cuter. And right here on the top as well, place it right in the middle. Little bell. And then with a little silicone tool, I just like to make a little marking here on the bottom and on the top with a little curve. Now we're gonna add a little gold shimmer to our bell to obviously make it look more festive and cute. Here I have the Wilton Color Mist in gold. Now we're just gonna shake it. Next, since I don't have a little palette right now, what I do, I spray it on the cap. Just spray it in there. Whoa. Okay. There. Ah, I'm full of gold now, very goldy and glittery, festive-y. Now we're just gonna paint on the gold on our little bell. Let me just make it look smooth. Now we're gonna add a green band on our bell. So you're gonna take some green fondant and again cut into a thin strip. There we go. Now you just wanna carefully add water here on the very top and very little, because remember we painted gold, and if you add a lot of water, forget it, all the gold will. Now we're just gonna add a strip of green fondant on the top, like so, and cut off the excess. And here's our bell. Now finally, let's make our present. Now for our present, here we have our green square, and we're just gonna cut out the ribbon that goes in the middle. Just using the yellow fondant. And I'm gonna go carefully because the fondant's working very weird with me today. Now take your little brush and add a little bit of water right in the middle. And you're just gonna place the ribbon right there in the center and cut out the excess. And there you go. Now for our bowl, we're gonna make 2 little circles. Actually, make that 3. And we're gonna form 2 into teardrop shapes. There's 1, and that's for the middle. And we're gonna form 2. Hey, I have gold on my fingernail. I just noticed that. Now that we have our 3 little balls, we're gonna form a little teardrop shape to the 2 biggest little balls. There's 1, and we're just going to make a little point just by going like this. Now we're just going to add a little bit more water right here in the middle. There's 1 and 2, and lastly the little circle in the middle. And for a little more detail, with this little silicone tool, you're just gonna make an indentation right in the middle on both of them. And there's a little present, add water in the middle. And here's our present. Now we're gonna finish the little details on all our little toppers. First, we're gonna paint gold on all the yellow fondant pieces. First the star, the ornament, and the little present. Ooh, looks so cool. Now be very careful on this part. You don't want to paint the green part. So you really want to be very, very careful and be very patient. And lastly, our present. Before you add on the little faces, remember you painted on the bell, so you really want the bell to let dry, otherwise you'll just smear the bell with the edible black marker. Now we're gonna start with a little tree, and this is freehand. You can draw whatever you like, a little smile, a little laugh, wink. This is however you want. For this little guy, I'm just gonna make a little U for the little smile. And then 2 ovals for his eyes. And we're gonna fill it in. Now for our ornament, if you wanna draw, you know, like, I don't know how to say this. All you're gonna do is draw, line across, and then, you know, like a little U, fill it in, and make 2 ovals for his eyes again. Little eyebrows, and fill in the little oval. There you go. Move it to the side. Now for our present, it's a little bit tricky because we have this ribbon in the middle. We're gonna draw, well, you know, the big happy smile. So again, we're gonna just draw a line across, a little bit out like so, and then the bottom, and we're just gonna fill it in. Make sure that you really draw in the black very well for his little smile. Like this. I know it looks a little bit weird, but don't worry, we're gonna draw the eyes and it's gonna look super cute. So again, oval, and we're gonna draw little lashes. I'm gonna make her a little girl. Little eyebrows, and fill it in. Ta-da! You want to let this dry a little bit before you add more black here in the middle. As you can see, you could actually see a little bit of gold. Just let it dry for a little bit and continue adding black. Set this aside. Now for our bell. Remember, let it dry first before you draw on it. And we're just gonna draw a little U. Just being very careful. And now we're just gonna draw an upside down U. With a little lash. Then you wanna add another lash. And then our little eyebrows. And we're almost done. All we need to add are the little highlights and the little snow, and then we can decorate our cupcakes. Now the final step, we're gonna take the Wilton tip number 2. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny little circle, and we need them for our little highlights. There's one, and here's the other one. I'm gonna demonstrate it on one. Remember, you're just gonna add very little water because we just painted their faces and you don't want to too much or else smear. Just tiny little bit. Just 1 and 2. And I like to take the X-Acto knife and place it right in their eye. There's a tree. The ornament. And finally, the little present. Ah, she's looking so adorable. Now for the little ornament and the little present, remember we drew in an open happy mouth. You're gonna take a little bit of pink fondant just take a little bit, roll it into a little ball, squish it a bit, roll it into like a little sausage, place some water in the mouth, and add the little tongue. Ta-da! Do the same thing with the ornament. Ta-da! Now finally add the little snow effect all around the base of our little fondant toppers. So again, take the number 2 tip and you just want to make a lot of little circles, tiny circles. And you're just gonna place it all around our topper. Let's use it on our little tree. With a little bit of water on your brush, just randomly place them all around. And again, very little water. And again, using an X-Acto knife, you're just gonna place them where you put the water. Gently press down on each of them. And ta-da! We are done with our toppers. Now let's decorate our cupcakes. Now it's time for step 3, frosting our cupcake. With your offset spatula, you're gonna take fluffy buttercream and you're just gonna ice your cupcake. Make sure that it's nice and smooth on the top. Gonna add a little bit more frosting. And you're just gonna smooth it out like so and clean it up. Now I have some buttercream on a piping bag and I'm using the Wilton 2D. It's like a very large star tip. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna pipe a mini rosette in the middle. You're gonna go in the middle and then swirl it around like this. The middle and like so. And there you go. Once you've completed frosting all of your cupcakes, now the last thing we're gonna do is place our little toppers. There's one. Just carefully, you want to press it in the middle. And we did it! Here are Christmas cupcakes! Yay! And we're all done! Yay! I'm in love with this Christmas tree. Just look at his little face. Oh, it's super, super cute! I hope you enjoyed this tutorial very, very much. Which one was your favorite? Leave it in the comments below. I am not kidding. These cupcakes will be a huge hit at your next Christmas party. Everybody's gonna be like, oh my gosh, they're so cool. And with confidence, you're gonna say, I made them. Seeing the reaction of everybody's face will definitely put a smile on your face, and that is my goal. Feeling confident and saying, wow, I made this. So give this video a big thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye. Mwah.